Imagine your brain in a constant state of alertness, even when there's no threat. This is survival mode. This instinctual response is designed to protect us, but it has a hidden cost. It can lead to chronic anxiety. In daily life, it may manifest as feeling overwhelmed in safe environments. Tasks may seem daunting. Most of us don't even realize this cycle is happening. Our mind operates on autopilot, misunderstanding safety. Understanding how our brains work can be the first step towards breaking free from this cycle of anxiety. Join us as we explore these hidden mechanisms and begin to find a way to reclaim a sense of safety. As we venture deeper, we realize that our brains often mistake benign situations for threats. This misinterpretation distorts our daily lives. Imagine a typical day at work. You receive an email that causes immediate stress, amplifying your anxiety and focus on potential problems. This response isn't just psychological, it's biological. Our bodies react with stress hormones, preparing us for imagined danger. Chronic stress changes how we perceive the world. Everyday interactions may start to feel daunting, even hostile. We may begin to view colleagues not as friends, but as threats, driven by our heightened senses searching for danger. This perspective shift narrows our focus, making us hyper-aware of any potential signs that confirm our fears. Examples abound. A simple comment from a friend might be overanalyzed, believing it carries a hidden motive. Connections weaken and isolation grows. The very people who could help feel distant as trust erodes under pressure. This impacts not just professional relationships, but personal ones too. Anxiety spreads like a ripple effect. Ultimately, it can lead to a cycle of withdrawal, where the fearful mind pulls us away from support systems that matter. Recognizing the cycle is the first step toward breaking it. We must learn to challenge those instincts and perceptions. By adopting mindfulness and fostering trust in our surroundings, we can begin to regain a sense of peace. As we embrace mindfulness, we invite a pause in the chaos of thought. The mind searches for stillness amidst the noise. This moment helps us realize that true tranquility isn't about the absence of thoughts, but the ability to observe them. Our brain, however, clings to vigilance. Even in stillness, it remains alert, scanning for potential threats. The challenge lies in acknowledging this instinctual protection without allowing it to govern our state of mind. Real relaxation feels dangerous to our brain, creating an internal struggle of wanting to unwind and staying alert. Think of notifications, news updates, work deadline issue adding to this mental clutter, keeping us on edge. Every ping pulls us back into a state of urgency, further complicating our efforts to achieve mental peace. We might vacillate between moments of calm and waves of anxiety, unsure how to navigate this turbulent terrain. Understanding this cycle is crucial. We must learn to identify when our mind triggers unnecessary stress. Through awareness, we can begin to untangle these threads of anxiety and practice returning to the present. Engaging in calming activities like deep breathing or nature walks acts as a counterbalance to this urgency. These activities create windows of opportunity for the mind to take a break and reset its vigilance. As we cultivate this peace, we begin to recognize how our mind can shift between alertness and calm. This recognition fosters a sense of security that allows for deeper connections with ourselves and others. When we detach from constant vigilance, relationships blossom as we become more present and engaged. Our perception of daily interactions begins to shift, clouded by less anxiety and infused with compassion. Mindfulness practices empower us to step back and observe thoughts without judgment or reaction. As our mental clutter decreases, we can focus on the here and now, where true life unfolds. The journey to inner peace requires patience and practice, as our brains may resist these changes. Daily intentions to relax are essential. They guide our thoughts away from anxiety and towards acceptance. Gradually, we nurture habits that support mindfulness, further dissolving the grips of stress in our lives. These practices form a sanctuary in our daily routine, creating resilience against external pressures. It's a continuous process, but each step brings us closer to a balanced state of being, both mentally and emotionally. Ultimately, by fostering mindfulness, we bridge the gap between our instinctual fears and our pursuit of peace. As mindfulness practices take hold, a gradual shift begins. Patterns of anxiety start to unravel, revealing their origins in daily life. In this clarity, a forgotten memory surfaces, childhood encounter with a fearful situation, highlighting the roots of tension. This revelation sparks a quest for understanding The mind begins to trace connections between past fears and current reactions. Through journaling, thoughts begin to crystallize. Moments of fear are documented, providing clarity amid the chaos. As patterns emerge, the realization sets in. These fears often linger without reason, driven by past experiences. Recognizing this, a sense of empowerment grows. What once felt insurmountable now seems manageable. Determined, the journey takes a new turn, seeking support from others who have navigated similar paths of anxiety. Their shared experiences highlight common struggles. The conversation flows easily, bonding over vulnerability. With each story, the weight of isolation lifts. Empathy becomes a powerful tool, shaping perspectives on anxiety. As connections deepen, new coping strategies emerge, grounding techniques and breathing exercises, shared among friends. These shared practices offer comfort, proving that collective strength can ease the burdens of individual anxiety. Thus, the narrative avulses a journey from individual tension to shared resilience, paving the way to peace. As the protagonist reflects on their journey, they recognize the patterns of anxiety that have held them hostage. They sit peacefully in a quiet room, journaling their thoughts. The room now feels familiar. They begin to map out their triggers, writing down moments of stress and how they responded. Each entry reveals a piece of their story. They remember a conversation with a friend who suggested breathing techniques. Inspired, they take a deep breath, feeling a shift in their state of mind. A moment of realization hits. They can control their responses. Each breath becomes a step toward reclaiming their peace. As the world outside fades, they decide to share these insights with their friends, encouraging others to explore their own triggers. The act of sharing lifts their spirits. In embracing vulnerability, they create a supportive environment. The protagonist realizes that understanding brings empowerment, fostering true tranquility.